Hey, what's up? Let me share the live. I haven't done a live call in a live trading session in quite a while, so bear with me, guys. Right. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Let me share the stream. Actually, I shared it on Telegram already. Hey, guys. How many people are live? I don't know how to watch that. I think the tracking is not working anyways. But yeah, I wanted to test out some day trading live session on YouTube. Maybe this week or, a couple of days, see how it works. Because why not? So I just closed my NQ cells right now, actually. I was in a cell from the top. So I'll run down everything. I didn't set up everything in time, but yeah, anyways, I sold NQ on the top wick here with New York Open and just took profit at the low here. Took profits because we may reverse and come back up. Please say my name. What, Farouk? All right, so let's see. Again, before we go into like analyzing the markets and everything, this is not financial advice, right? And trading does involve risks. So this is not a signal service, etc., etc. Just for YouTube. I'm just sharing analysis. You guys can act on it if you want, and just sharing my personal opinion and everything. You saw EU and GU push. Yeah, they did push to the downside. I did usually Mondays I don't trade. Let me put a chat here. Where should I put a chat? I want to put it on wait. Let me set up the chat. Not Twitch channel. Set it up. See if this works. No, it doesn't. Okay, chat is gone. I can't see it anymore for some reason. Sometimes I feel like I'm growing old. Oh, it's up there. Yeah, I'm definitely growing old. Yeah, I can see that. How's the challenge account going? Which challenge account? What do we believe on gold? I think gold should go higher in the next, couple of days this week with tensions and everything. Should go up. Trade breakdown, yeah, just a second. It's the first stream on YouTube in like 2 years. So I'm trying to set everything up. Hi, hello. All right, so trade breakdown on NQ is, well, obviously we had a very bearish end of the week, right? Last week, we broke structure finally out of the range with this nasty weekly candle. I do expect the weekly lows at 23K to be taken out, 23.25. So obviously after coming from a daily, huge move down, 2 daily candles in a row, bearish, engulfing, I was expecting today's daily candle, especially because we pushed, we corrected a lot of the move back up. I was expecting price to react from these areas. So I had the 1 hour high marked, right there. And yeah, basically we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles, bullish candles in a row, small retracement, another push into that area. We tapped that with the Trump wick, right? Trump tweeted something, we wicked the area, we came down, and then we kind of ranged, started to go up, and I had the, pre-market range marked up, and I was watching the 1 minute time frame, right? We had price try to go down right there, and then it pushed higher, take liquidity, and that's when I basically shorted. So I shorted the top. My entry was 520. 520, and I sold at 370. So it was a 150 pip move. Now this was on one account that it's my funded family live account. So I was down on it, and now I'm back to break even basically. So I didn't take it on any other accounts. It was more of a risky trade. I don't usually trade Mondays, but yeah. So basically I caught the entire move here, and my take profit was at the lows there. Structure low, because right now this 15 minute can either flip bullish and then we turn back bullish. We can head back to the upside, or we break below it and then we could potentially move lower. Next target would be like Asia midline, somewhere around here, like 240 to 220. That's basically what I'm waiting for. Let me sign up to the chat as well. So yeah, did you guys trade anything? Right now I'm just waiting to see if we can get the push back up basically, or a continuation, right? Long on 23.200. Yeah, if we get there, maybe, but Asia look could be in play. London session, I took 1 buy. Okay, nice. That's nice. So taking a look on CFD, right? Dollar has been bullish, obviously. The 100.440 high is now in play. It should be taken out today or tomorrow. After that, I'm not sure if we can push a lot higher, right? Maybe 101. But I do expect dollar to turn bearish pretty soon, right? within the next couple of weeks. We have ADP Wednesday, we have NFP Friday, we have FOMC next week. So very packed with news. And we could see that dollar reversing because look at the liquidity we're building, right? We're building a lot of liquidity, and at some point dollar is going to crash pretty hard. So we are going to take that high, and we obviously can see euro is going down, GU is going down. Last week I did sell some of my dollars. So basically because I live between Europe, UAE, and obviously I get paid out in dollars by prop firms. I usually get a lot of dollars in. So I kind of stacked them, and I started to sell dollars from last week because again, I do see dollar reversing pretty soon. So looking at EU weekly, right, we have room to go down. We could easily go down back to 1.14. After that, I think we're gonna reverse back to the upside, right? Daily candle as well, we're going down, so no stopping it, no buys yet. We could react from this 4-hour area, but not a big reaction for sure. Like we could just retrace a little bit and then have further sells down, right? I do like this area right here. It's only Monday, so again, I usually don't trade Mondays, but yeah. 50 minute, we can see it's breaking down. Same thing for GU, right? We got weekly approaching this weekly low right here, flipping bearish. Once we take the weekly low 797, we should go down a little bit more. But in these areas, I do expect price to slow down and potentially reverse to the upside. So that's what I'm waiting for on, CFD. Gold retracing a little bit, obviously because dollar is going up, EUG going down. It should retrace back to the 1-hour fib somewhere in these areas, right? And then form some kind of support and start heading back to the upside. Yes, NQ, we can see NQ is dropping lower here, right? Lower than I expected. Today I took only one trade on EU and GU. I made $10, all right. How to manage futures fund account, please post one video. I think there are videos on how I manage them. Right, I've posted a lot of videos about it. So yeah, I'm not sure how many viewers we have right now because YouTube is not updating properly. But I don't really care. So yeah. Obviously, we're pretty bearish on NQ right now. So what I can do right now, this is already a 200 point push down, 225 and still going, right? We need some sort of retracement. And right now it's looking like there's no retracement in play. So just gonna wait. I could have held the shorts longer, I guess. 50 more pips. But yeah. Make more lives. I watched Trade Sinker video, nice. How many challenge accounts do you manage? Right now I think I have around 30 accounts, multiple prop firms. Yeah, maybe I think this week I want to try because I don't think I'm going to be trading much this week. So I have time to be going live. So I may go live this week every day, see how it goes for the channel and everything. Yeah. Do you consider the weeks when using Fibonacci? Yeah, I take the weeks. 13 views, I don't think it tracks correctly because I've watched other right now all live streams have like 10 viewers. So there may be a bug from YouTube. Paul speaks in 30 minutes. Yeah, let me check. Yeah. So we may get a reversal then, I guess. I don't know. Right now, NQ is just free falling. Target for what? For NQ? I think price should slow down now. If it doesn't slow down now, it has room to go to 220 and then maybe slow down there. And then I can maybe look for the buys back up. But yeah, that was a nice sell. Many account in stressful for me, how to handle it. Just trade one account at a time if it's too stressful. Like trading, you know, trading I don't know, 30 accounts at a time, it can be very stressful indeed. So just trade, you know, trade them one at a time. So we're getting some pullback here on NQ, but yeah, not sure. Hello. We hit that 300 level, so that's why we kind of see the bounce. But buys are obviously not in play yet. 1 hour close, like extremely bearish. It covered like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles, 10 previous candles. 4 hour candle also closed extremely bearish. So I don't see any reason why we will not continue here. Unless obviously we start ranging again until Powell speaks and same bullshit every day. Last week was pretty damn annoying. How long time will you go live? I think I'll be live for the next like 30-40 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes maybe. 150k account, I risk $450. I would risk more. I mean it's it's alright, right? $500 to like $750, because on a 50k account I risk like my low risk on a 50k account is 250, and high, like normal risk is 500. You should have like eight trades before blowing your account. So basically, if you lose 8 trades in a row, you blow the account. Trading 30 accounts at the same time, do really manage trades. Use a trade copier. If you want to trade them at the same time, use a trade copier. Trade Syncer for futures, or Traders Connect for CFD. If you're going to trade only 1 hour per day, what time? Right now. 1 hour, basically New York Stock Exchange open, and 1 hour. What's your average percentage gain per month if you risk 1% per trade on futures or CFD? On CFD, I don't know. CFD has been shit. Like, we haven't really gotten any good trades. Usually my average would be like 3 to 5% CFD. I want to join your community, it's really expensive. I don't think it's expensive. Other traders with no results, they charge like 6k to join. Right? Are waiting for bearish engulfing for sell from the line? Yeah, so right now we're probably gonna retest that area, and then I want to see some sort of bearish structure being formed, and then maybe look for the move down. So basically retracement, and then to start going down. But if we fully close above it, I think we like buys can be back in play, and this was just a retracement. We also have Powell speaking, and usually when Powell speaks, dollar does turn bearish a little bit. So we have to pay attention to that as well. I'm being very careful this week because, again, like last week was pretty hard to trade. Gold, bro, I think gold should retrace a little bit lower, Asia midline in that fib, and then turn bullish back again. It should be bullish this week. Average win rate, 45%. Depends on your risk reward. What's up, G? Hey, good. Some questions, yeah, you can ask. Do you aim to pass CFD valuation phase 1 with 1 trade? 1 or 2 trades. Now I try to pass it in 2-3 trades. Not really going for 1 trade because markets have not been moving that good, right? Well, NQ just dropped again, so I guess no retracement. Yeah, I guess no retracement. How many percentage risk your tracing your account? On 50k accounts, I risk to $15. Trading USD and CFD. I don't trade USD and futures. Is not really good. So I have my CFD fund accounts. I trade Euro USD, GBP USD, sometimes gold, and then on my futures accounts, I just trade NQ. 2 years I'm watching you after your advices. I'm glad. Hello. Glad to hear that. Yeah, so we are trying to break lower here. Guess no buys yet. EUG breaking lower, gold retracing a little bit lower. Crypto is holding right now. If you guys don't know, usually NQ and crypto goes the same direction. Right now we're kind of holding here at the top on Ethereum, so maybe a possible bounce coming on NQ. But we haven't really reacted from anything. That's the thing I don't like, right? Like, while we have a 50-minute doji candle here, reacting from there, it's not the best reaction. Good to see you online. Yeah. I usually just mind my own business, trade. NDX options? What do you mean? Your blueprint mentorship, how is it structured? Let's go about the so yeah, there's a bunch of videos in it. Obviously every video should be watched. There's a tons of value in the live calls too, especially the ones where we've taken trades live. I think those are the most valuable, and you can see which ones, and you can see the entire thinking. We analyze it, we wait for the entry, we execute, how we manage, etc. I think that's the most valuable thing. Backtest, I believe more in forward test, not really backtest. And yeah, students have the community obviously and access to me. What is a good entry strategy for beginner to start testing it and becoming consistent with it? CFD or futures? Regularly watch your Telegram message. Nice, I'll continue those. Do you care about fundamental analysis such as war right now? Yeah, obviously, but the thing is with fundamental analysis, it's so manipulated, right? And you can do all the research you want, right? You have a directional bias based on that, but then Trump just comes out and says something, right? So, it's not really working right. I think we're breaking higher here on NQ. EU going to fill that gap there. GU just ranging a little bit. Yeah, we may get a push here on NQ back to like 370. Like 30 points. Back to the upside. The first time I've seen you live. I was live a year and something ago on YouTube. I did a couple of live calls. And I'm trying to do it again now because obviously I trade futures, so it's not as boring as CFD. So maybe I'll do more live calls. To start trading from $500 real account and scale up to now, just buy cheap fund accounts. CFD. I think the easiest entry is just to use higher time frame analysis, market structure for our daily time frame, and then use the lower time frames for entries during like New York session. We're getting the push here, so already like 18 points already to the upside. 5-minute candle close bullish with a long wick to the downside. 50-minute about to close in 4 minutes. So it looks like we're getting some bounce here, right? I think buys would have been pretty interesting here. But let's see where we stop. But that flip is not nice. Can see how fast things change. How many trades take per day? You should stick to 1-2 max trades a day. CFDs, I never usually trade Mondays. On futures, I do trade Mondays, yeah. I trade every day. But on CFD, no, I don't really trade Mondays, never. Started CFD 5K challenge. You can use Hola Prime. You got a link in the description. That's what I recommend for CFD and futures. Or you can also use Tradify. What's your entry confirmation? For futures, I want to see liquidity taken. I want to see a breakup structure on the lower time frames. I want to see like a nice imbalance, fair value gap form, price tapping it into it, rejecting it, 1 minute candle in my direction, and then next 1 minute candle I take my entry basically. Or if I'm trading impulses, basically once we break the previous candle's high, I do take the buy there. And chance that EU, yeah, it can push, but I don't think it's gonna push today. I think today is just gonna be a bearish day or a ranging day. A reversal back to the upside will most likely come from Wednesday to Friday with NFP too. So I wouldn't look for buys until then. And there's the target on NQ, as I said, right from this point, around 30 points already to that 370 level. So a nice little push there. What made you change from passing a challenge on one trade? Because the markets are not that great, right? Especially like EURUSD, GBPUSD. There's a lot of ranging, and you usually get one clean move like once a week. Can we make a full-time careers trading? Yeah, definitely. What's your bias for NQ? So I called the pullback to this level, right? From here, we pulled back nicely to the level. Now I want to watch the reaction here. If we reject that level and turn bearish again with the next 15-minute candle, maybe we weak to the upside and then we start flipping down, we may see bearish continuations down. I'm not 100% bearish. This could be just a pullback for price to continue back up. But we also have Powell speaking later, so yeah. We're probably gonna push a little bit higher here and form back bullish structure. So I may be looking for buys back up if this was just an aggressive retracement, right? I want to see a close above this level, and then I'm gonna watch the lower time frames to see. Thanks for the live. No worries. One opinion for gold. I mean, as I said, gold should be bullish this week. We have this area below there where we can retrace, but the way it's rejecting right now, it could push. We could literally push up from here back to 580 if you do respect the lows. But it could be a little bit risky because you have not taken out London lows yet, right? So we can either respect this low and price to start pushing back up, or you can flip back bearish, same as NQ, and drop lower and then retrace back up later in the session. All right, so 15-minute candle close bullish here on NQ. 5-minute as well. Kind of building some bullish structure here. But if we flip bearish like we do, we get a 5-minute bearish close from this level. I think price should continue back towards a new low, honestly, and just continue with that momentum. Comes to Nasdaq, is there a difference between futures and CFD? Yeah, there is. On CFD, you don't have the NQ CME data. You have Nasdaq, right, which has a different pricing, but market structure is the same. I messaged Joel. He's not giving any. I don't know who Joel is. Hello, how many instruments do you trade? I trade EURUSD, GBPUSD, gold, and NQ. That's what I trade. Swing trading on CFDs, yeah, if you have the patience, go for it. A gold and NQ follow same buys in your session. Yeah, sometimes they do, yeah. Why we should avoid CFD on Monday? Because the weekly candle is opening, right? And usually just ranges and doesn't give a proper direction. Well, there's the move down. Quite aggressive if you ask me. Already 40 points from that level. We got Paul speaking in 14 minutes. So not sure what he's gonna say. Are you going to take a trade live? No, I'm not gonna take a trade live. I will say basically my targets, what I'm looking for, etc. I think I can say if I am in a long or a short, but I can't share that exactly on the screen because of YouTube policy. And this is not financial advice. This is not, signal service. But I'm here to analyze, show you guys my thinking and targets if I do execute and where I would put my stops. How many POIs do you mark? Just, what's relevant. How to make a trading plan, how to know if... I mean, you have to backtest it, right? Yeah, looks like we're turning a little bit bearish here again. I would like to see 5-minute closing bearish though first. Because if we start breaking above 380, we could correct this entire move down. Never sell gold. I don't think gold is gonna go down this year. How much you can spend from the profits you make and how much to reinvest in the trading accounts? I mean, that's up to everyone. At first, I think you should reinvest everything so you can scale and make more. Fear of being wrong. Everyone is wrong. You have to accept that, right? Everyone's wrong. Everyone's losing. You have to accept that. It's part of the game. Right, Euro USD, he's breaking lower. No reaction. GU is breaking lower. Gold is retesting back. Again, if you lose 515, it's probably going to drop lower, 480. And NQ, I wouldn't really short here. That's the thing. It's not a deep enough pullback to take more shorts, more sells. Because another thing that I'm thinking about here on NQ is that everyone is expecting sells after, how Friday closed. And what if price decides to go all the way back up to like 25k in a few daily candles? Right? That's the thing I'm kind of worried about. Because everyone is expecting sells. What if we just don't do that and price rebounds? Corrects the entire move from last week. We've seen that happening a lot. Yeah, backtest at first is very important. With the better pros to pass the find account fast but safe within the rules. On CFD, you should risk like 2-3% per trade. Do you trade news? I used to trade news, but now no, I don't trade news. I'd rather wait. Because like a year ago, 2 years ago, news were very one-sided and very clean. But right now it's just, it wicks up and down. Yeah, so not sure here. 15 minutes created the bottom week. 5 minutes back bullish. 1 minute just playing around in this range. So not sure what's gonna happen. Rejected Friday. Yeah. Yeah, we had a huge reversal over Asia, like insane, right? Basically wake up and then just take the buys, 400 points, crazy. Are we gonna come all the way back down, or are we gonna just range here, or are we gonna just rebound back to the upside? That's the question, because we started the week so strong. Are we not gonna take the weekly lows and come all the way back up? We do have the high there at 574, which, you know, looks pretty nice. Let me see. Yeah, that low, that high there could be taken out. I know you like 1-to-1, 1-to-2 risk reward. Have you tested one negative risk reward? Yeah, sometimes on my futures account I do trade negative risk reward and the win rate is like 90-95%. How fast can you pass a challenge? CFD challenge, probably like a week or two. Value area level, right? At what age you had your first payouts? Can't remember, probably 19, 20, 19 I think. With this confusing situation, would you take a sell trade if it's available on NQ? I'm leaning more towards buys right now, to be honest. It looks like we're setting up to go back up here. I don't know why. But that's how it looks like. So I think this 5-minute close is bullish. We could see price popping back up. Silver, I don't trade silver, so I have no idea how to analyze it. It should move like gold, right? So if you trade gold, you should know how silver moves. Imagine we go all the way back up on NQ. That would be crazy. I like to see a range between 33578. Yeah, I think that's what we'll get. Yeah, 50% of daily range has something to trade plus view up. No, I don't use indicators. Trading NQ in London session. I trade NQ in London session to pass evaluations. Usually it gives a nice move and continues at London Open. Phase 1 and 2, I don't know, phase 1 risk 3%, phase 2 risk 2%. Hey Henry, what's up? How many pairs do you have on your watch list? I don't have a lot. I have dollar, Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, NQ, ES, gold, and then some crypto. So yeah, I think we're setting up for a push here on NQ to the upside. That's how it's looking like. And 1 minute looks nice. 20 points to the highs, probably going to like 400s. We got Powell speaking in 4 minutes, so it's gonna be interesting. It's probably gonna attack Trump. I think it makes sense to start with 10K challenge. Start with whatever you can afford and then grow. Do you want my bank account number as well? Is 1 to 2 with 50% win rate good strategy? Yeah, that's pretty good. So messed up. Me and Jan took the same EU sales on Friday. What we? That's why I said I'm not trading Friday because of the bullshit, right? I saw the bullshit on Thursday, and I was like, same shit is gonna happen on Friday. So no, thank you, right? I mean, look at NQ. Or was it here? Like, what is this? I took out all the sellers and then price dropped 800 points. Crazy. The manipulation is real. How's going bullish with this war going on? I mean, it's just small pullbacks. I don't think long term is gonna keep being bullish, but Trump, everything Trump says, right? NQ pumps back up. So how do you think about EURUSD? It's probably going to continue bearish towards the lows here, and then maybe you see a reversal with ADP or NFP. About your membership and still not profitable. Have you sent me any message on Discord to talk about what's wrong? I can't help if I don't know what's going on, right? Everyone's suffering. Yeah, it's been a difficult year for sure. Now this is starting back bearish, so I guess no buys yet. 1 hour is rejecting. Yeah, you should trade futures. Yeah, we're not doing that. We don't want bots here. What concepts do you use? Market structure, higher time frames. I use some fib, right? Fair value gaps, and that's about it. Took me a year to learn. That's usually the time. I don't trade US30. How many payouts you got so far? Like what? In terms of number, I think I've gotten over 1,000 payouts, probably. 4 hour and 1 daily, it still works. Nice. Yeah, higher time frames are king, right? So NQ, I'm not sure what you want to do here. Powell starts speaking in a few seconds here. In a few minutes actually. So let's see what he does. Does trading full time worth it? I mean, even without social media? Yeah, for sure. Which time frame do you use for entry? On futures, I use the 1 minute. Yeah, it will be on the channel. Where from? I'm from Romania. To the upside, one push and then down. Yeah, looks like we're trying to push back up here. But again, it's ranging quite a lot, so not sure. Let me see. Powell. I don't think he's gonna say anything interesting, but I do kind of like the buys here. Yeah, he's speaking right now, but he's speaking at the conference or something, so I don't think he's gonna say anything bad. He's speaking at Harvard or something. And yeah, looks like we are trying to push here. But we really need to get above like 380 if we are gonna get like a bigger move to the upside. That's the thing. Right, EG forming some kind of bullish structure. We can see gold took out that London low, so possible bounce to the upside here as well on gold. Right, stops to be below the low and then push a little bit to the upside. Hola Prime. These indicators are indicates I have a session script, but that's about it. Other than that, I manually marked stuff. I'm old school. Don't you think I could either trade on CFD? No. Way easier on futures. What do you mean? We have very low commission, no spreads, etc. Why do you keep that trade a green line? Because it was the low that was broken here, and we usually either reject it and continue down, or we break back above it and then continue. So I'm keeping it for now. Please go keep going live. I'll be live for another like 20 minutes. And then I'm off for the day. Closing everything. I don't know who that is. How do you master the game? What do you mean how I master the game? I've been doing this for forever. I've been doing this for 8 years almost. Like, it takes time, right? 380, yes. I am looking for London low. Where was London low? This one? Which one was London low? What do you mean a retest of London low? Oh, 360? Yeah, if we break above it, we could retest and then push to the upside. But right now we're even struggling to show some kind of bullishness. So I'm just standing by. How to join Discord? It's only for the mentorship. I think SMC strategy is overrated. I've never really used it. I don't know. Elon Musk funding this tour? I have no idea. On CFD you have way more drawdown. Yeah, but you have stupid spreads, big commissions, etc. How many sessions do you trade? I trade London session and Euro session. Signals were entertained. Guys, what are these questions? Come on. Yeah, so Paul is speaking at Harvard, but It's probably not gonna do anything. And yeah, looks like we are back at the lows. So kind of a harder one to catch here because, right, obviously you had the rejection of the previous low that was broken, but price action was not really bearish. Like 1 minute was not really bearish here. You had no sell sequence to the lows. It was more of like, just enter and then wait. But let's see now, because we've just taken the low again. So yes, is looking a little bit more strong here. We may come back all the way up. So still waiting. Do I ignore my question? What question? I don't see any question. Insider trading. What can we do? 15 orb is bearish. Why look for buys? I said that if we break above 380, we may see price pushing back up. That's what I said. There is the whole 2k and a 50k account. Yeah, I risked the entire drawdown. You lose everything, how would you start again? With one account, one fund account, start getting payouts, reinvest the payouts, just go about it. Your colors, your chart, yeah, use a gray background, and for candles I use black and white. That's all I use. Simple stuff, very simple stuff. Hello. Results in the last 3 weeks. Well, to be completely transparent, first 2 weeks of March, I've gotten a lot of payouts. And in the last 2 weeks of March, I only blew accounts. So I was just taking losing trades, not really being very consistent. It was just the market conditions. It wasn't just me, right? Opacity for what? For the background? I think it's... These are 100%. It doesn't show. I think it's like 40% or something, 50%. Look at that 5 minutes. 5 minute flips bullish. Could bounce back up, right? Do you think about USD JPY? I stay away from JPY. What system would you recommend for 1 minute trading? 1,000 trades? I mean, that's a... I don't know what's my answer about that. Create a strategy, I guess, on the 1 minute and backtest that. Nasdaq goes down to 22,943. It could, if we continue dropping. It could take out that weekly low, 100%, yeah. And this was just a big pullback to go down. Possible, right? Definitely possible. But here's the thing, like you're trying to short down there, right? And then Trump comes out and says, oh, we're blowing Iran tomorrow or something like that. And then price immediately goes up 1,000 points. You know, that's why I'm not really interested in shorting. And everyone believes NQ is gonna dump 2,000 points. It could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't, but usually when everyone is expecting one thing, the market is gonna do the complete opposite. That's just how it works, right? Candle range theory? No, I don't know what that is. Blew one last week. Seems like you're trading too much. How many accounts you traded once? Right now, because of the market conditions, I just trade one firm at a time. So either 3 or 5 accounts, the maximum they allow. My man, what's your entry criteria? I already said that. Break of liquidity taken, break of structure, fib retracement into a flip zone or a fair value gap, and then 1 minute confirmation in that area to take the entry. Flipping back down again. PUG around, just ranging. Yeah. If we lose 280, we're probably going to continue going down here to that 220 area. And anyways, no trades. No, you're not banned. Maybe some messages are getting deleted automatically, so. Yeah. Streams every day. I do the live calls in the community. Every day. Here on YouTube. Probably gonna do maybe once a week or something. Hey, what's up? What do you think of heat maps and footprint chant? I tried bookmap, but I don't know. I haven't found any useful thing to it, right? He says stay away from JPY. Because I never traded it. Why would I look at that? I only focus on the pairs I trade. Why not trade the personal account? I do trade the personal account. The thing about the order flow concepts with bro, I have no idea. If they work for you, right? Bro, the zone U is marked is best for the entry. Obviously, you're going against the trend. This box was just the area where I saw price was gonna react from. Next area, same thing. I'm not gonna short all the lows, right? I already called the shorts from the top. So yeah, is it gonna continue lower? Probably. Looks like ES wants to continue lower. 50 minute is breaking the lows, so it can continue lower. But it's just not a point where I'm looking to short right now. Reverse from fear, yeah, but volume is pretty bearish right now. You do swing trades? I don't really do swing trades, no. My long-term EU bias is that we probably will clean the lows at 1.14, maybe even lower, and then we should rebound back up. So now, right now, I'm just probably gonna look for sells from tomorrow, see if we drop below the lows here, and then perhaps look for the buys, right? We have NFP Friday, and then next week we have FOMC. So a lot of volatility is gonna come. All right, you guys just gotta wait for it. Previous week low coming up. Yeah. 232. Let's see. Again, Trump can come out and say something, tweet. Price goes crazy. I'm blowing accounts, win rates very low, usually target 1 to, I don't know how much how should I pass it trading gold? 1 to 3. Maybe try to go for 1 to 2, increase your win rate. Did you blow one time all of your accounts? Yeah, I did. Do you switch between minis and micros? Yeah, it depends on the account and how much I want to risk. I try to use, like when I'm trading 1 mini, I try to use the mini chart. But when I trade micros, obviously you need to use the micro chart. The micro chart on NQ especially sometimes has different weeks, so it's not really the best. NFP week, probably, yeah, same thing. 4 hour, we are bearish order flow. Yeah, we are definitely bearish after that 4 hour close. But again, we are trading in some times where structure really doesn't matter. What matters is the current momentum, right? It's been a crazy couple of weeks on NQ. And look at price coming back up, right back up, right? So we're going down, but we're going down very slowly. Volume is kind of dying. Everyone is kind of confused about the direction, which is funny to watch. The Trump Diddy candles. Yeah, the markets are horrible. Yeah, it's extremely hard to trade. 5-minute order block. Here we go for shorts. All right. 1 to 2, 46% win. Yeah, try to get your winner above 50%. That would be the best. Yeah, trend is your friend, but trends, especially on NQ, they can switch up very fast, right? I mean, tell me what trend was here? What was the trend you followed here when price was going up and down? What was the trend you followed? There was no trend, right? What was the trend here? Bearish, bullish. What was the trend? And what if we get the same thing now? We get the range here forming. You buy from the bottom, you sell from the top, right? Why did you think price retraced 400 points from the lows? Why do you think we're retracing now? It's because we are not in a trending market. Bro, why are we looking for buys? All right, let's see if we take the highs. If we take 380. That's the problem with you guys. Like, you're getting so fixated in one bias, you're not watching what's happening. Right? Because you're watching so many, videos from these gurus with, oh, this daily bias or whatever, right? And you get fixated on that, but the bias can switch very fast. Very, very fast. If we reject the highs again, yeah, we will continue lower. But all I'm saying is you gotta keep in mind that this could break higher now because we've had the 400 point. So we basically had the 400 point push up and we just retraced to the 0.62 of the fib, right? So we retraced more than half of the move already. So we can easily bounce back up, come back into this area. Once we break above 380, we could be heading to 440, 460. Or we reject now, we flip bearish again, and we dump. But this is the area where I'm not really looking to take anything. CRT 1 hour, I don't know what that is. December was for me very hard. It was a hard month, yeah. If it's not clear, yeah, no, don't trade. How can I join the mentorship? You can apply on profromblueprint.com. Link is in the description. Yeah, on all time frames I use the fibs. Do you like London or New York session? I like New York session more. Not trading when there is no A+ setup is the hardest. I agree. Forcing trades is in our nature, right? We are always trying to force trades. And it sucks. And obviously also because you don't really know when you're gonna get a good setup or not, right? Nobody said trading is easy. We created a 1 minute V shape here with a breakout structure. We retested the fair value gap, right? As long as we respect this area right here and we don't break below it, there's a higher chance for price to go back to the highs and continue ranging. If we break below it, 220 should be next. I'm gonna head off in a few minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. Got a massage coming, so gonna call it a day anyways. How do you like the new Apex accounts? I like them. I think they're pretty easy to get a payout on, and the payout potential is pretty huge. Like on 20, 50k accounts, you can get a 30k payout. It's one of the best right now. 2 million fund in CFD or futures. I think CFD is better if you have 2 million. Take the longs before you miss out. I'm not missing out on anything. I don't even think price is gonna move today. I think we're just gonna get stuck here basically, and then Trump is gonna tweet something and we're gonna get a move. Same as every day. Took any trades? Yeah, I took sells from the top here to the low on the one account to the 370 level. That's the only trade I took. Mamba FX said trading is easy. Trading is not easy, and he's probably not gonna say anything. Why had you decided to close your prop firm? It was not my decision. Rejection blocks in your model? No, I don't know what those are. The most important person you know? Like what? Most popular or what? Are you restricting 1% max risk? Yeah, I am on basically all the accounts. The only one I wasn't restricted on is the 5%ers. I have a 19k payout coming in 10 days. They'll probably reject it. If they do, I'm gonna expose them. But yeah, other than that, I Hola Prime 1%, funding pips 1%. Trump saying fuck economy. Yeah. What's the box from where you take the short? So we were consolidating before the market opening here. We were ranging a little bit. Price weak the highs, and I basically just shorted there because I did not. I saw this week as just a liquidity manipulation week to go down. So once that happened, I kind of shorted down, targeted the 1 hour 50-minute lows here, and it played out pretty nicely. It did go lower 70 points more, but you can't really be greedy, right? So I took the profits. 1 hour candle about to close in 6 minutes. Right? We're kind of just ranging here, so no clean direction. So you're a savage, thank you. The most popular person? I don't know. I know a bunch of people. In the trading space? In the trading space, I know everyone. But I don't fuck with everyone else. The 5%ers in nice payouts? I'm not sure. I saw some payout denials. So I made like 90% on a 100k account. So I'm not sure, right? Maybe they're gonna reject. Because it's a big payout, 19k. There is moderation filters, so sometimes they get deleted. Off-roading? No. Your most recent losing streak? Probably last week. I lost like 3-4 trades in a row. Keep thinking is good for longs. It's not moving. That's the thing. Please just briefly describe to me why I took the entry from the top there. I already said that, right? We were bearish. We had a nice pullback. I was watching these 1 hour highs because obviously you have the 1 hour high, 1 hour low, right? So the wick's there. We had a nice liquidity sweep right there. Price came down, ranged a little bit before the market opened. We can see the 5-minute range. Once price took liquidity from the highs, I kind of just shorted here, a more aggressive entry. Stop was above the wick there and took profit of the lows. So it was more of a very aggressive move, right? Was markets easier to trade before Trump? Yeah, Biden markets were easier because like it was very trending in one direction. Right now it's just up and down. It's crazy. I'm not sure. I'm gonna verify the moderation tool in YouTube, see what words are flagged. I flagged a lot of words because there's a lot of bots on YouTube now. Is the 19K on one account? Yeah, just one account. Happy with Lucid trading? Right now I'm on cooldown because I was supposed to get moved to a live account, but they launched a new live plan, right? So I was gonna get moved to the old live plan, and I said no, I'm just gonna take my payout, and they placed me on a 1 month cooldown, which expires basically in 2 days. But yeah, I'm very happy with them. I think they're pretty good. And look at that, NQ. We respected the box, we pushed up here. Interesting, 45 points. Now, are we gonna break above that 380 and continue bullish, or are we gonna play around? We never know. 50 minutes about to close in 2 minutes, 1 hour about to close. You see that? Exactly what I was saying. How much risk do you usually now change? Yeah, 2-3%. Careful with Jeremy Powell. He's live. He's speaking at Harvard. He's not gonna say anything about the economy or rates or anything. So there's a push there on NQ. I took a small 30 point here. 30 point win. I like the reaction from the box, as I said. Price broke structure on the 1 minute. Retraced a little bit, took a small scalp there to the upside. But that's about it. Took long here at the highs right now. You don't really know if it's gonna break the high. That's the issue. I'm gonna be off in like 3-4 minutes, guys. So let's see if we pop the 380 level. And I was right for today. FTM1 Banyan? No, I'm still banned. So are we popping 380? Or are we gonna reject again? Look at that 5-minute candle. Oh, look at that, guys. So, like, come on. Like, come on. That was extremely clean. How nice was that? You see what I said? That box right there. We had liquidity sweep of the lows, 1 minute break of structure, back into the fair value gap. Again, a 1 minute break of structure here. We retested. I took a scalp here from the low towards the highs. And yeah, closed about 50 points right now. I'm not sure if I can show that, but let me see. Why did I look for buys? I think I explained that a lot of times. That's 385 right now, guys. Continues to push. 90K is a 100K account, but I risk a lot. I basically caught when EURUSD GBPUSD really went, I don't know what day it was, but it ripped the upside a lot. So I kind of create a big buffer and I risked everything. So yeah, I personally closed my NQ buys here because we may reject back down, but it was a nice one. I'm not sure how I can share that. Yeah. Today. So my entry price was 26.75. No, not 26. 326, yeah, 75. So I entered around here, right? Closed at 50 points at the highs there. How much did I risk? I had my stop. It was basically a 1-to-1. I had a 50 point stop for a 50 point. So I risked 1K to make 1K times 3 accounts. So that was the longs, I guess. Now I'm not sure if we're gonna continue higher or not. Right, it's up to the markets. It was a nice quick scalp. I can't show the trades on YouTube because it's gonna get taken down for financial advice, unfortunately. But I did explain the setup. Did explain if we're respecting the box, price should push back to 380. That's exactly what happened. This is not a signal service, right? Maybe once, because I have some strikes on the channel right now. Once the strikes expired and I can take more risk, I may share like the trade of 8 or whatever, show you guys the exact entry and how I manage it. Right now I'm not risking it, so I just share the setup, what I'm looking for, and yeah, that was the trade for today for me. So if you see a clear AMD, even if it's right at the open, you don't see a problem. AMD is what? Took a nice scalp there with 2 minis. Nice. It's 40 points. I'm a scalper. NQ, yeah, it's scalp sometimes. For you to make 19K, how much did you risk? No, it was multiple trades. I risked the daily drawdown, so it was 50K. Just share on IG. All right. That's 100 points already. 400 level. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off because I'm gonna get ready for my massage. But again, Mondays I don't usually trade. Wanted to do this. Maybe I'll do live calls on YouTube this week, same hour, right? While I do them with my students as well. See how it goes on YouTube. And I don't know. I like it so far. We'll see. This was a nice move. Now moving forward in NQ, this 1 hour has no bottom wick. So we either start pushing very aggressive right now to like 440, 460, or we flip back bearish and go back down into the range, which could happen, right? So be very careful for that, right? Don't try to look for a bigger move here. If it flips and comes back down, we should continue lower. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Because of just YouTube, yeah, YouTube. If you share any dollar amounts or live trading positions or whatever, they give you a strike. All right, guys, thank you. Subscribe if you haven't, leave a like. I want to hit 50K subscribers this month, next month, April. So let's make that happen. And yeah.